Hey guys, this is Torin, and as if we didn't already kind of have semi-confirmation, we've got more confirmation over the last couple of days that there is not going to be Commander coming to Magic Arena, which is an interesting choice, I guess. I'm not a huge kind of fan of it, but I guess we'll see as to what you guys think and stuff, as to what they're doing here and what exactly, the future of Magic kind of evolves, or at least digitally. So this was over the weekend or the last couple of days. There was an Q&A over on the official Magic Discord, and they kind of asked a few questions. One of them here was, are there any plans to add Commander to Arena? Now, Ian's replied to it and said specifically, Commander, the full format with all those cards, no. 4 players we're looking at. So there's a couple different kind of sections to this. The first of all is that this kind of confirms, no Commander. The second part is that kind of multiplayer stuff. So Megan also replied to it. Look, multiplayer is something that we talk about in our 2024 state of the game. It's not something coming soon, but it's something the team is working towards, and you'll see some of the first iterations of the necessary social groundwork in 2025. They're basically, building up the social features of Arena, focus on building in-game communities and connecting them to real-world communities. Whilst still in the exploration phase, our vision involves providing tools for friend groups to socialize and play. Essentially, I guess it's kind of like guilds that other games kind of have, guilds or whatever they call it, clans or whatever. And they said the first iterations of this will be towards the end of 2025. So even that is still a while out. Like the first iterations of the social features to build towards multiplayer are, towards the end of 2025. That's pretty crazy itself. Social is a critical prerequisite for an MTG Arena future that supports digital Magic play with 3 or more players. Now, keep in mind, again, that is not Commander. So a couple different things we can kind of take this. First of all, basically confirmation that Commander is not planned for Arena. However, multiplayer is planned. There is a few different multiplayer formats like, Conspiracy, Archenemy, Plane Chase, Two-Headed Giant. There is Oathbreaker as well, but I doubt Oathbreaker just for the same reason that Commander's not there. I assume that the kind of first ones they're going to focus more towards are like the Two-Headed Giant, maybe Plane Chase and Archenemy as well. But the new Archenemy stuff was kind of focused around Commander, so I'm not sure. Plane Chase, I don't know if we'll see again. That would make sense with all the Omen Pass stuff that Plane Chase would be there. But I think Two-Headed Giant is going to be like the first kind of thing that they're kind of more focused towards. Now, Ian also said notably that it was with all those cards. So they could likely do like a historic / brawl style situation where it's the kind of Eternal Commander Light, where it's just all the cards they have implemented digitally. Not all of the cards all together, which means it's not really Commander because it doesn't have all that stuff, just similar how Brawl isn't Commander and stuff. But it could be 4-player Brawl essentially, where it's 4 60-card decks. You've got the no double ups, the singleton rule, etc., that kind of stuff. But we'll see exactly what ends up happening there. So what is the future of digital Commander? Obviously, Commander is MTG's biggest format. Now, in an interview back in December with Bloomberg, the CEO of Magic, Cox, said Magic Arena, while popular, doesn't harness Magic's 2 biggest growth areas, the collectability and its Commander format, which involves more players and cards. Currently, Hasbro is testing a digital game version of Commander, which would potentially be separate from Arena and allow for more than 2 players to compete. So that kind of separate from Commander stuff, I think kind of, with this stuff here that Ian said here kind of is confirmed there with it being separate to Commander. There is a couple different things to kind of take from this. It could be a good or a bad thing. There's pros and cons for both it being a part of Arena and being separate from it. Being a part of it, you've got all the cards already there and stuff, but being separate from it, they can build it up completely from the ground up. They can use that, Arena's groundwork and, its framework to kind of build it, but still, like, it's going to be separate. So it's going to take a little bit for them to get it going. However, monetization for it can be very different. Like, we could be looking at more like the Magic Online kind of monetization, or we could be looking at like, them going more towards booster packs or something like that. And, we could see something like that, or, they could make it easier to get cards because of the fact that there is just so many cards that are legal in Commander. Maybe it's going to be easier to get cards. I don't know. There's lots of really interesting ways that this could be different. Lots of great ways, lots of bad ways. They can also build the brackets into it from the ground up, right? Like, they can build bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight into there. I do think it's weird to kind of split the digital Magic community across 3 different platforms, because now we'll have Arena, we'll have, Magic Online, and then we'll have Commander. I'll just say Magic Commander, whatever. Splitting it across 3 different platforms is a very interesting choice, but it's not the first time Magic's kind of had a bunch of digital games that are very similar going on at the same time. So, we'll see as to how that kind of works out. So I'd love to hear from you guys as to what you think. Personally, I would love to see digital Commander. That would be huge, but I'm not sure on the implementation of it, if it would be good or bad. We'll see. That's it for today. Have a great day and goodbye.